Day 142. Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgan 111, and welcome back to Blueprints, where I have a few goals. Eventually I'm going to have to draft a chessboard, but I'm still putting that off. We've recently discovered blue tents that give us blue memos on rank 8, and so I want to get some more of them and try to get as much information as I can. The fact that the Nook mentioned the castle being a special move that the Rook can perform makes me think that there might be useful material on the blue memos that I need to get. I am going to take the shrine because I also have a crazy idea that I don't think is actually going to work for anything. But I want to have the blessing of the monk again. So I will do 13. And I'm planning to call it a day in the Nook and draft the Nook out here the next day for reasons. Basically, in a new clue, the two chess pieces that seemed to appear were the Rook and the King. And yeah, I just wanted to draft the Nook out there to see if anything happens. Okay. Otherwise, other things I want to do, I still need to readjust the pumps after I had done stuff with the aquarium. So I will get that done at some point. I was looking at the postcards again, and there is an Eurasian word, ODD, that appears as a suffix DDO. That was one of the words that I couldn't translate on Lady Clara's diary. And so I'm going to want to noodle on that some more. I'm hoping there's going to be somewhere that's going to give me a few more words that I need. Let's go ahead and do this together since we're here. 36 rounds to 40. Then I divide by 20 and I get 2. This looks like fun. 9 squared is 81. Reverse the digits is 18. Then divide by 6, you get 3. Then multiply by 7 to get 21. Square it to get 441. This doesn't seem right. And then reverse digits to get 144. Which if you divide by a third of 12 is 4. Twice that is 8. So 144... no, this is adding, sorry. 441 plus 8 would be 449, and then don't divide by 2. Yeah, something has gone wrong here. Okay, 9, 81, 18 divided by 6 is 3. I don't know what happened here. Plus 7 is 10. Squared is 100. Reverse the digits. And I guess you could get 001, possibly. And then add 8, and I'd get 9. So it's 9. That was not correct. So let's think it through. 9 squared, 81, becomes 18. Divided by 6 is 3. Plus 7 is 10. Square it, you get 100. Reverse the digits. Maybe I'm reversing the first 2 digits, and so I would get 010 or 10. 10 plus 8, not divided by 2, is 18. There we go. So I guess it's actually reverse the first 2 digits in the way that you would normally write the number. I need to update my notes on that. Anyway, I think I basically have to do a bit of grinding, so I'll bring you back in as anything interesting happens. I've drafted the attic on the 8th rank, so let's go looking for a blue memo. Where could it be? Aha! Maybe not. I guess that's a handle on this thing. I thought the handle was something blue. Aha, it's right under the corner of the picture here. SHS was born 3 years after HSS. Okay, so we're learning more about their ages and birthdays. Oh, and I guess it's very fitting that it's underneath this picture, because here's the two of them as young boys. Okay, here's an opportunity to draft the boiler room on rank 8. So if I were a secret memo in this room, where would I be hiding? That's a great question. There are many places it could be. Despite having spent a bit of time in this room, I don't know that I really looked around this room to think about... Oh, there's a treasure map, apparently. Right here. Time to start digging. Oh, I have a shovel? I don't remember... Oh, I got it out of the attic, that's right. I was going to say I don't remember digging up a shovel. But apparently I did. Digging up a shovel. Through my ransacking of the mansion. Alright, money and gems. That's nice. I might be able to use that somehow. In any case, back to our regularly scheduled search for Blue Memo already in progress. Could be inside the elevator area. And I guess I could probably, yeah, let's, until I need to go back downstairs to that final door or whatever, I think it makes sense to leave things in this configuration, because that gives me a way to walk all the way around the room very conveniently and also start up boiler power if I want to. Although, why is this not down? Oh, I have this flipped the wrong way. I see. And so I need it this way. Oh, which also powers this. I can leave this in a state where everything is powered, maybe? No, I needed to power this. Hold on. In order to power this, I need this. This is the state that leaves this open. Okay, and that has that turned off, but that's okay. I can deal with all of that. And then I was fiddling around, and I need to set this back, so if I wanted to start the boiler, I could. So now I have the ability to walk all the way out here, which is great. And I could use this door if I wanted to. And I could activate the boiler if I wanted to by switching this back, which would turn off the ability to get at that door. Do I need the boiler? It could be good, actually, because it could activate... I want to get the garage to my left, actually, and so if I do this, then there's a higher probability that we'll get the garage drafting over there. Or wait a minute, which way am I facing? I'm facing down, so actually I want it going to the right. Through that door. Yeah, because that's where I'm going to try to draft the garage in a moment. But we still have not found the note card in here. So if I were the note card of destiny, where would I be? I've looked a lot of spots already. Well, it occurs to me that this thing moves, quote-unquote, needlessly. Maybe it's not needless. Maybe while this thing is moving, we'll actually, like, see the note card go by. So I'll watch on this side, then I'll watch on the other side. I don't know how long it takes to cycle around, but it feels like it might have already done it. What about on this side? And also just kind of, like, looking through here. But I don't see the note card anywhere here either. So that also might not be right. While this is going, does it do anything else interesting in the room? I don't think so, so I'm going to rotate this back around. Is it possible that it's on like one of these rotatey thingies and I need to get the power going in all three directions to rotate them around? That seems unlikely to me, but possible. This one rotated and then stopped, so maybe I've hit on to something here. Did it stop because it's now in a position where I could witness the keycard? No. What room is this going back into? Oh, I haven't drafted this room yet either. Not so certain about what I want to do there. But yeah, you see that one is not spinning. Whereas if I do this one, it is spinning. And if I do this one, it is spin. Oh, it stopped spinning too. There might just be a bug in the game's animations. If I've been in the room too long or something. Seems plausible. We'll come back to this room in a moment. Let's take a look at the garage. These are not the garage, but I have a bunch of rerolls. Vault, I could draft elsewhere. Garage is going to be hard to draft on the 8th rank. And I feel like I have one of my best times right now. Clock Tower also would be nice. But there's the garage. Should be more likely because we're currently sending power to it. And I don't remember if I have the car keys. Did not consider that I might want to make sure that I have the car keys, because it could be the case that the memo is inside the car. Maybe should have thought that one through a little bit better. But let's see if we can find a blue memo hidden anywhere inside in here now. It might be obscured by the garage door on the ceiling, possibly. Like, that feels like a long shot. It could easily be in the car that I don't currently have access to. Let me try changing the power. Oh, interesting. Even without power, it's still the case. But I can see the ceiling pretty well here. But it's still the case that the garage door stays open. So once it's been opened, it stays open. Okay, well, I'm imagining that it's going to be in the trunk of the car as a likely spot, because I'm not seeing it anywhere else. And so I will try to obtain the car keys and come back to this room. Now, while we're here, I could draft one other thing off the boiler room. Are there any other mechanical rooms that I have not seen the notes on that could be drafted more easily by using the boiler power? Well, there's the pump. So I guess, yeah, if I have this going out this way, I can attempt to draft the pump over here, except for, do I have the pool already? You can't get the pump without the pool, and I don't have the pool already. So in that case, I've already got security in the lab. So I don't think the power is necessarily going to change anything for me here. So I think I can just draft and just try to get a blue room. Everything will be fine. So let's just redraw. Mechanarium. That's a blue room. And I do have 1, 2, 3, 4 thingies already, so I might get the doors that I need in order to find wherever the thing might be hiding. So let's see if we are so lucky. I guess I might as well pull this. It's not going to help me at all today, I don't think, because I think I've closed off the ways to get there. Well, it's still possible, actually, that I could get in through there and then draft some more rooms up there. And if I had, planned things out better, I could have tried to draft a few more mechanical rooms before taking the mechanarium. It didn't occur to me the mechanarium is going to be in the pool here. Oh, and one of my doors obviously got wasted on the thing there, so I didn't get the... Oh, wait. I saw this thing and I thought the blue note was here, but it is not. So the mechanarium I might need to draft on rank 8 with all of the mechanical rooms to ensure that I get all of the doors open, because I'm guessing it's behind one of the doors that I don't currently have access to. Okay, so this drafting all the blue rooms on rank 8 is not going to be as easy as I thought. Not that I thought it was going to be easy, but now it's even harder than I realized. And it's got to be in the boiler room somewhere, so I'm going to keep looking. And I'm not doing it yet, but I'm at least thinking about the fact that I mentioned that this is not gameplay that I would normally find engaging, and I'm engaged because of what the results of it will be. But if it gets too tiresome to find all the blue memos, I might end up choosing to look some of them up rather than spend all the effort myself. just because it might not be fun enough. But yeah, is there another puzzle I could solve here? Like, I activated the boiler. Oh, have I looked at this door while these things are closed? So if this is closed, could it be on the outside of this somewhere? But it's not there. But that's the type of thing that I should be thinking about. So are there any other gotchas like that that I should be thinking about? I've seen the underside of this that I'm walking on. Oh my gosh, it's right here. The high-pressure condenser box is connected to not one, but two remote power boxes. Yes, I already know this, but thank you for letting me know, Blue Memo. And I also appreciate that these basically do sometimes have hints to late-game stuff that you might not have encountered yet. But now I'm able to at least move on from this room. Oh dear. The car keys do exist. I missed them somewhere. And I would really like to find them. I'm down to 13 steps, but there is a bit of fruit spread around from the secret garden. Where might I have missed the car keys? Okay, well I did manage to make it back to the dining room. So the step count is not as big of an issue right now. Let's see if I can find those car keys anywhere. Alright, well I did not find the car keys, so I'm going to call it a day here in the Nook with the Rook. And today we had a garden hotel of prayers. And so to start the next day off, I want to draft the Nook out here. I imagine that the elbow will just be bordered off, but I'm curious to see exactly how it works. So here's the Nook. And the lamp is on, because I guess it's dark, and then this is just like rubble over here. So it's just like this has been built into the outer room. Still has our two keys, still has the Rook. But I was curious how that would work. Okay, cool. Alright, we got some pink flames and a treasure trove. Red memos and blue boxes are always true. That's definitely not true. Okay, this one's pretty funny. Very good game. So, X, 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 X. So nothing on the inside. Then over here, X, X. Half of 4 is 2. X. Then over here, these are all X'd out. And then, okay, so we're still at 2. That's X'd out, that's X'd out, that's X'd out, that's X'd out, that's X'd out. So it's just 2. Alright, that's pretty funny. I appreciate, like, they might have been able to kind of like auto-generate some of the billiards things based on some templates and rules of logic, but that's definitely one that like a human made. Oh, also I cut myself off immediately because there is a door here I can't get to because I don't have the key card today because I did not end in the break room. So this was a nice little quick one. Let's call it a day. A perplexing cottage. Alright. Black Sun. What do we got this time? Handwritten green memos are always false, but would be true if you changed one color in the text. That is true. And we just saw one of those in the previous box. It seems like a lot of them refer to what happened in the past. So that's kind of fun. Okay, Dovecote is a blue room that I haven't gotten in the 8th rank. So let's go try to find a blue memo in here. I imagine it can't be in the box, and it'll just be the letters that we've seen before. Yeah, which for whatever reason, I like to skip. Is there anything? Yeah, I'm not sure why that is, just in the Dovecote that I had this problem. that it seems like it's interpreting my inputs twice. That happened last time I was here, too. Okay, so if I were a blue note card, where would I be? I don't currently have a shovel. I keep seeing this bird right here, which has some blue in it. It does look like that one kind of like looks a little bit different. But I do not see the blue note card, and I've been looking for a couple of minutes here. Is it possible you have to dig them up? This is a room that always has dig spots. I don't currently have a shovel. That's the only thing I can imagine at this point. So let's go with that hypothesis and go ahead and try to draft another blue room over here. The observatory I've already done. The aquarium is a blue room among other colors because it's got blue right here. And so yeah, that'll work out just fine for me. So let's take the aquarium and go looking around for a blue memo in here. There really aren't many places it could be. It probably has to be along here or something. Maybe? I'm not seeing it. I will double check that the aquarium is indeed a blue room. Let's go into the room directory. Electric Eel Aquarium. Type. Blueprint. It is a blueprint. So, what am I missing? I mean, it always has that too, so maybe I have to dig it up out of that. I feel like it can't be inside the aquarium stuff, but I'm looking anyway. Yeah, let's hope a shovel is a miracle for these rooms, because I am not seeing it. Well, here's another chance to get the garage. Once again, I don't have the car keys. Music room. I've also not seen the music room. I should wait to draft this spot in the future to know if I have the car keys so I can make a decision. But I guess the music room would be fine because that's one that I have not found. The, what do you call it? And I've got a lab experiment going that's giving me more aquariums, which I want today because I currently have the diary key because I drafted the tomb outside. And I want to try to get a magnifying glass to the Her Ladyship room, ideally. And so I'm trying to do that on this run as well as find some more memo cards. So if I were a memo card hiding here in the music room, I would be right here behind the back of the piano. There is a major key hanging on a wall in the safe house. There is a major key hanging on the wall in the safe house. Okay. This smells like new information. I don't believe the sanctum key was hanging on a wall. I don't remember getting anything hanging. The thing I saw hanging on the wall, well, major key. That could be interpreted a number of ways. It could be interpreted in the English denotation as a big clue, in which case there were a variety of big clues hanging on the wall. It could be interpreted as a Raja, major key, which would be a small name key, in which case I'm not sure what it could be in the safe house. And it could be interpreted as one of the 12 key types, but now possibly 13, or 14 or something. Because yeah, we got the file cabinet keys. There was a rusted file cabinet key that went in the foreman place down in the precipice, and there was like two long buried file cabinet keys that we found that went to the archives. So now I don't know what to think, but at least we found the thing that we were looking for there. What special keys do I have right now? No, thank you. Can't pick this lock. I'm actually short on keys right now. So let me choose another way to go. So I really need to get a shovel and some more keys. Hey, here's a shovel. That's very nice. So now I can go retest some of my hypotheses. Upstairs, I found the dining room, so I have a bunch of steps again. And so I'm in pretty good shape. So in the dovecote, if I dig, I found coins, and I found a coin, and neither of those spots had blue memos. So I'm more confused than I was before. How am I missing all these things? I am in rank 8. It says it on the bottom right. Like, especially in the aquarium, I cannot figure out where a blue memo could possibly be hiding in this room. I don't believe it. It's right here on the glass. Oh my gosh. I don't look forward to looking back at any of that video. This tank contains a red herring. It actually doesn't right now because I've emptied out the water, but I guess that's one of the fish that's swimming around in it, I guess. Could also be a red herring in terms of a clue that's meant to lead you astray. But okay, that is done. Coming back through the music room where we did find the thing behind the piano. I do have some more keys now. And so, what am I interested in? Yoink! Took me a minute to remember. I'm interested in emptying out the pool of other rooms so that I'll be more likely to draft Her Ladyship's Chamber when I finally go down the south end. And so I'm basically just trying to get other rooms out of the pool right now. Hallway could appear, like any of these rooms could appear there. Do any of them have any particular advantages or disadvantages to me right now? So is there somewhere super obvious in here that I have missed? Like, I see these blue windows up to the sky, but like I imagine they've got to be far enough away. Like, maybe I can look and like farther with my reach than I thought. Is that a bird right there? I think that is a bird right there. I feel like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6 things up is about as far as I could reasonably look and reach and click on something and have it be close enough that it would bring the note to me to read it. But I'm just not seeing it in here. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move on. Dovecote is one that I'll skip for now. Okay, so let's try to get another blue room if we can. Coat check, no thanks. Security, I already found the thing in. The aquarium, I've already found the thing in. And I still have a bunch of redraws. I don't remember what other blue rooms are available because I haven't left myself that many. But let's at least try a redraw or two. Office. Double check my notes. I have not found the thing in the office, so let's grab that. And added 3 more aquariums to the draft pool, which is maybe slightly unfortunate, but that's fine. Do I need anything on the computer? I don't think so. I might want the gems out of the thingy, but if I were a blue memo card... Well, there are many, many places to hide it here, so let's start with a cursory look around the outer shelves on the desk, and then we will take a closer look. If the cursory look does not reveal the object we seek. But I'm not seeing it at a glance here. On the desk. Not seeing it here. I should look in here. I might as well open that too, because it could be in the safe, I suppose. There are blue things here, and like a paperclip, but there's no prompt to look closely at any of those. Don't see anywhere else around the desk, so I guess let's go ahead and open this up. This is 0303. We must count small gates in March. And I'll go ahead and yoink this since it's already open, but it doesn't seem to be there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a second closer look. I didn't look at the floor or the carpet or like underneath the chairs at a high level. But now I think I have, so let me look more closely. Aha, it's sitting right here. The king can castle by swapping with another piece. Okay, so even if I don't know the rules of chess, it is teaching me that castle is specific and it's about swapping the king and the rook. And so I might need to draft a full chessboard, which I might be able to do today because I'm going to get the king and I'm going to try to get the queen from Lady What's-Her-Name. Although I think I also already have a queen from the study. Yes. So I've already got a king and a queen. And I imagine I have a knight and a bishop and a rook. I've got the rook in the nook. I'm sure I got pawns everywhere, like the dining room. The knight was in the... The knight was in security, which I think I have somewhere. Actually, I've done too many of these back-to-back because I don't think I have that here. And I don't have the armory either. And I don't have the vault. So I might still need a knight. Bishop I have in the chapel. Yeah, so I think I still need a knight, and then ideally I still want to get her ladyship's whatever so I can use the diary key. I'm going to need a magnifying glass for that too, so we have a problem there. Rotunda I've already done. Armory, I want to draft something here on rank 8 that's going to help me. So I'm going to do redraws to try to get... Library will be a pain in the neck to search and is facing the wrong direction. But still would be decent just to get another... I can imagine there being an interesting note card in here. But then how many draws am I going to have left to try to get her ladyship and the knight? Where's the other knight? Is there a knight in the observatory possibly? Let me check my list. There is a knight in the observatory, so I already have the knight, so that's not an issue. So this will give me a new room to look for a blue memo in, so let's do the library. Also, I'd gotten History of Arindia again for some reason. I don't have a magnifying glass. And without a magnifying glass, I don't know that there's anything new that I could see in here. I'm the only person to have checked out this book. Okay, so if you were hiding a blue memo in the library, where would you hide it? I feel like it would be on the second floor rather than the first. It's possible that it could be within, like, the pages of this. And so I will look through them. And just try to look at kind of some of the obvious spots where it could be hiding among books. But I feel like somewhere up here would be appropriate. But then again, maybe they've had too many that have been, like, bookended books. Because there was one in the den and one we just saw in the office. So maybe they would be choosing to use other spots as hiding spots. I don't know. Is that it right there? No, that's just an overturned blue book. But yeah, so many places to look in here. Alright, I don't think it's there. I need to make sure that I'm going to have to, like, do another pass, like, looking more at the ceiling. Here it is. Okay. If you have a hall pass, bookshop will be more likely to be drawn while drafting in the library. Oh! That's a little interesting side effect of hall pass. That hall pass is so rare to get in the first place that that's, like, especially not meaningful. And, like, the bookshop... What color is the bookshop? The bookshop is a shop, so I don't need to ever draft it up here. I don't think there's a reason for me to be looking at this right now, but I'm just flipping through it. Eventually we'll have to come back to the final exam. I still don't know that I could solve all of them, assuming it's the exact same exam as last time, that I could solve all of them perfectly yet. Okay, okay, so I just dead-ended myself up here, so now it's time to go start trying to draft her ladyship's blah blah blah, and then regardless, I'm going to want to go out and play around with the chess pieces, because maybe castling is one of perhaps multiple things we need to do with the chessboard in there. So in order to draft her ladyship's bedchamber, I have to go... Oh, I don't have a magnifying glass yet. So I won't be able to do the thing that I wanted to do anyway. And I already have the commissary, and I already have the library. Are there any other rooms that are likely to give me a magnifying glass? I think I drafted my parlors. Oh, crap. I don't have security to take inventory. Although I guess I could go to another computer room and try it out. I'm unhappy about this. What's my special keys? Silver keys. Is there anywhere else that I could get a magnifying glass today? I feel like there is not. Greater chance of finding things in green rooms? Sure, maybe I just need to... Oh, but I just added... Oh, I was not thinking about that. Just added a bunch of aquariums to the draft pool. Maybe there's a magnifying glass in here? There won't be a magnifying glass in here, will there be? I don't think magnifying glass... Oh, there's the car keys. Oh, irony. Well, it's too late to do garage stuff now today. Yeah, I think the only place you can buy it is the commissary. Okay, so I should stop by a computer terminal. Oh, boy. I still have a bunch of rerolls. I could get a couple more rerolls this way. Is there anything else that I need to do? I mean, are any of these... None of these rooms would ever have a magnifying glass, so I might as well redraw. I'm trying to think if there's any other room I've ever seen a magnifying glass in. Spare servants' quarters? Possibly? Possibly? We'll give it a go, just in case I get super lucky. Objects would be either here or here. And I don't think I need the keys at this point. Yeah, I don't need to grab all these keys, it's fine. The sleeping mask, that might actually still come in handy, depending upon what all I do at the end of the day. Now I have to get this out of the pool to make it more likely to draw her ladyship, but then I'll use all the rest of my rerolls in the next spot, I think. I wonder if a magnifying glass could appear on the little step right here. Also, do all of them have the... No, it's only the one in rank 8 that actually gets the blue memo. Alright, that's... I don't know, that's particularly interesting, but I'll call it interesting. Okay, so now I'm going to try to draw her ladyship, because I'm not sure if she can be drawn on the south end. But it kind of doesn't matter, so if I run out of rerolls, I think I just won't sweat it. Yeah, I've got too many aquariums in the pool. Oh, her ladyship's bedchamber. Okay. We haven't seen it in a while. I'll at least show you what I wanted to do. Which is... in this book. Mostly on the last page, but I'm also just kind of glancing at the others. But this appears to be a draft of the West, or a drawing of the West, and there's like 3 little boxy things over here, and so like in the trading post we exploded the side out and found the still or whatever. I wonder if there's something over here or something over here, and I wonder if magnifying this picture would reveal something that I have not previously seen before, because this seems especially mysterious. I could even imagine like a tiny X being over here, signifying where the... I wonder if I can... Let me try using the magnifier on my computer. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's possible that there's something marking where you dig up the microchip there. In any case, this is a very suspicious drawing to be at the end of the diary, and so I wanted to come back to that. Alright, is there anything else I need to do while I'm in here? I should at least look and see if there is... Oh, something I saw is that you can close this and it's got the Iraja symbol. I saw that in someone else's. I had never done that interaction myself. So yeah, now I guess I basically... So I've got another queen here. Have to go down and draft a chessboard, but swap the king and the rook and see if anything noteworthy happens. And speaking of things that I still haven't come up with an explanation for, there's still this, which is a map of the stars and planets. I have to think about that yet too. Okay, so over at the chessboard, I want to try castling. I want to try swapping the king with the rook. So, rook is in the nook in the bottom corner, and the king is in the office in the second from the upper right. So I'm going to put the rook here. No. No. Here. And the king here. Swapping those two. And then put the rest in their place. So there is a queen here. That'll light up. There is a bishop in the chapel, which I think is here. I guess I need to look at my map once again. Okay, and so this should finish everything out like that. And so, if I come off of here, I've castled. I castled. I did what you said. It's possible that I have to do that, but draft them all in the first 3 ranks and then add 6 to rank, which was... Let me pull up my notes about that again. Also, remind me, are you allowed to... You are allowed to put pieces there and even here. So that's noteworthy as well. Okay, but that's definitely like castled. Castling, Alright, so I'm just looking at my notes where I had castle, idiot, xdx, rrt. That going across would be like cix, add, six, tor, lor, ett. Which means cix, which is Roman numerals for 109, add 6 to r. Lor is the Rajan word for word. Et is the Rajan word for east. Word east. So suppose I could cycle around, and so if I add 6 to the rank of each of these, then this guy on rank 1 becomes rank 7. This guy on rank 2 becomes rank 8. This guy on rank 2 becomes rank 8. This guy on rank 2 becomes rank 8. This guy on rank 6 becomes 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3. And this guy on rank 7 becomes 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. And that doesn't appear to have done anything. And if I don't castle when I do that, so let's swap the... Hold on, I feel like I might have screwed something up. Let me look at my map really quick. The rook's in the wrong spot. The rook should just be in rank 7. Okay, so that would be all of that. Word east. This is east. I mean, I can't see myself on the map, but there's the precipice, and so that's facing south, and so this is east. Word east. Word east just means castle. That's the word to the east. It's telling me to castle. So, CIX, add SIX, TOR, add 6 to rank, CIX. What is the CIX about? 109? I feel like I'm getting close to something here. So suppose I swap these two and I don't castle. Or I've lost track of... No, this is castling, I think. Did I do something? I did not. But yeah, the word to my east is castle. Let me think about this some more. We have an opportunity. Okay, what about CIX? Meaning C1X. Oh, this is, like the antechamber has like its little doorways on it. It's not really an X. But I'm trying to come up with other ways to interpret CIX. Also, this is like a 8-pointed star table. Does that tell me anything? I don't think so. CIX could be C9. C9 is the antechamber. So what if it's... You have to go to the antechamber first or afterwards? Can I even get to the antechamber on this run? I did pull the lever in the Great Hall, so I actually can walk into the antechamber if I remember correctly. So maybe it's go to the antechamber first, CIX. Then add 6 to the rank of each chess piece, which I've done, and the word to the east, which is castle, which I've been told means swap the rook with the king. So yeah, maybe I just didn't go to the antechamber first. Or maybe you really have to do leave them in ranks 1 through 3 and then add 6 to get up to 9. But that's the first time that I feel like I might have solved the entire clue. And I don't think, other than calling it a day somewhere, there's anything else for me to do. So I should try walking into the antechamber just in case. Hey, I found some more dice in the entry chamber. I don't need it, but I've got them now. I guess the Great Hall pulls the opposite lever, and I didn't realize it, so I don't have the antechamber open. And I can't get there from the south, so I can't get there to test anything else out. But at least I have an idea. C9, antechamber. Maybe I need to draft all 6 in the lower 3 ranks of the estate, which today I managed to get. I have her ladyship's chamber, that's a queen. I have the nook, which is the rook. I have the pawn in the den. I got the king in the study. No, a queen in the that's another queen in the study. I wouldn't need that there. I would need to get the office down there. And the observatory down there is pretty easy to get. To get the knight. Yeah, that seems doable. Okay. I may have unintentionally, when trying to do other things, ended up stumbling into what actually needs to be done in order to progress something, maybe? That would be pretty exciting. So I'm calling it a day in the break room, and maybe next time we'll try to draft a low-rank chessboard. But I'm going to say that I hope, as always, that you all have a great day, and I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.